Ho, 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 and good morning from James here on Mostly Speaking Record Scratch. Engaged with Nicolas Cage. That's right, guys. It's the holidays. So what we're going to be doing is 2 of the weeks we're going to be putting out, that delicious, delicious, sweet Patreon goodness into the free feed. First, you're getting Engaged with Nicolas Cage, us talking about 1993's Deadfall. It was originally going to be a holiday-themed episode, but then I looked at the show notes on Patreon, and there was a note for little old James saying, wink, wink, future James, never put this out behind a paywall for reasons. But I won't tell you. You're going to have to go over to patreon.com/MLM pod to find out why. So that's what you're about to hear. In 2 weeks, you're going to get How the Brick Stole Ripmas from talking about Beyblade. That's last year's holiday-themed episode. Nicole is on the episode playing 2 characters. You're going to love it. You're going to need to listen to it. All of this, if you want to hear more, and if you want to hear the future Ripsmas episode, go over to patreon.com/MLM pod, where, oh my God, just for $5, you get all of this content. Every single Friday, you get a podcast. But if you're a $10 patron, like our current $10 patron, Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, a.k.a. The Waz, Orion, he's a rapper, D-F-O, Defo, Kayla, a.k.a. Two Grapes, Tyler Wright, he's our friend, Elliot W. at Garlic Sunshine on Instagram for their amazing artwork, Jordan B, the Chaos Witch, Nicole's brother, a.k.a. my Bickle brother in common law, Josh, and Steve Barnes /Intro Void. Follow him at Intro Void on Spotify and Substack. All of those people get bonus content such as watch-alongs, extra streams, but for this month of December, every single Sunday, I am putting out a watch-along of a holiday special episode. You get the Santa Claus, Frosty the Snowman, the Return of Frosty, and Snow Day, the movie that has Chevy Chase and Josh Peck in it. Whoa. 6 degrees of Chevy Chase. Josh Peck has just one, baby. So patreon.com/MLM pod. Please join. You're going to love what you hear. But I have 2 things before we get into the delicious goodness that is Engaged with Nicolas Cage. On Tuesday, December 7th from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Central Time, we are holding our 3rd annual Mostly Speaking Sentai call-in show. You'll be able to call in. We have a phone line. It's going to be great. It's live on Twitch and Facebook, Mostly Speaking Sentai. Follow that shit, baby. You'll be able to call in, talk about 5-man, talk about what you were like as a student, not a tudent. Or your favorite holiday treats, or since we're on the subject of school, call out terrible teachers that you had in the past by friggin' name. We will not bleep anything. Unless, people ask, hey, this might be slander, you should bleep it in post. We might. But oh my God, there's another live stream coming your way that will eventually make its way into this feed that you're hearing right now. That's right, the 3rd annual Pissmas special from Mostly Speaking Sentai, December 14th, that's a Tuesday, from 7:30 to 9 p.m. Central Time. Hoping to get our regulars there. Rudy has said tentatively that he's available, and I have not reached out to anyone else. But that's on me, not on you. But what will be about on you is this episode of Engaged with Nicolas Cage, talking about 1993's Deadfall. Again, patreon.com/MLM pod to hear the oeuvre of all these episodes. I've been James. Enjoy.
Today we watched Deadfall. The release date was October 8th, 1993, with a very limited release starring Michael Biehn, Sarah Trigger, Charlie Sheen, and your boy Nicolas Cage. Had the same opening weekend as Demolition Man and Mr. Nanny.
Wow.
Which is the Hulk Hogan one I was trying to think of a long ass time ago on a different thing. Opening weekend, it made $9,000.
Hell yeah.
Gross domestic, it made $18,000.
Hell yeah. So probably 9,000 budget.
Of about $10 million.
Aye.
You want to know how much Mr. Nanny made?
How much?
$4 million.
In just one weekend?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Oh,
I don't know. I just put made $4 million.
okay. I wasn't sure if that was total domestic
Maybe
gross.
It was total. It probably was the total.
Oh man, Mr. Nanny probably cost even more than that. Than 10.
Maybe, I don't know.
Just
I guess
that
I should have wrote
Hulkster.
that down.
I can look it up.
Look it up, baby. It has a 25% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Reviews. Jake C. gives 1 star, saying, among the most unhinged performances of Cage's career, it must be a Coppola film. How else does a film this incompetent get a cast this misused? Matthew C. gives 1 star, saying, there's nothing like seeing the one true god, Nicolas Cage, tripping balls and dry humping a mattress. Joe S. gives 5 stars, saying, loved it, loved every second of it. This movie will change your life. Oy. Deadfall is about a bunch of con artists doing multiple cons on each other, and none of them seem to go as planned. A no honor among thieves type of story.
How it should be.
Do you, James?
Yes.
Do you remember the movie clips you showed me from the movie Arsenal, where Nicolas Cage is wearing like a bad wig and a mustache? He's acting all crazy, and you said it must be a favor to his brother.
Yes.
That is the low-key sequel to this movie, which is directed, produced, and written by his brother, Christopher Coppola. So curious, I took a look at the Coppola family tree and found out that Nicolas Cage and Jason Schwartzman are cousins. Didn't know that, so I just thought that was interesting. This last part is about a prank Nicolas Cage did. According to an interview on David Letterman's show in 2012, not knowing that Charlie Sheen had an 8-ball of cocaine tied around his ankle on a flight to San Francisco with Nicolas Cage in 1993, Nicolas Cage took over the PA system, pretending to be the pilot. And in this interview, he said something like, "This is your pilot speaking. I don't feel well, and I seem to be losing control of the plane," thinking he was pulling a cute prank.
How was that cute or a prank?
Yeah, so when they were greeted by several cops when they landed, it was more of a nightmare than a prank for Charlie Sheen, who had an 8-ball of cocaine around his ankle, but ended up talking themselves out of getting put in what he called airport jail.
That's good. I mean, Charlie Sheen should have never been interviewed. It should have just been
He wasn't.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't there. It was just Nicolas Cage telling the story.
Okay. No. I mean, them going to airport jail, it should have just been Nick Cage going to airport jail.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
Like, Charlie Sheen should have never even been interviewed with the cops, because this was all Nick Cage.
Yeah, but he was still there.
It's still, I'd say, I'm not talking to you guys. I had nothing to do with this weirdo.
But, like, he did, though, because they were, like, obviously friends at the time. And he was, like, the one being pranked.
Wait, so what? That's a prank on the entire flight.
Yeah.
Not just on Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Nick Cage is a weirdo. I have the budget for Mr. Mom, if you'd like to know.
Yeah.
Mr. Mom costs $10 million and only made a total of $4 million.
It's a lot better than Deadfall, though.
Did Deadfall, you said, cost $10 million?
Yeah.
Where did that go? I guess to that one prop on someone's hand.
Dude, I don't know, because this movie just looks very low budget.
And it's all on a sound stage minus the things that are clearly outdoors.
Maybe it was like rights to do the movie because it was like based on a book or something.
Who knows?
And with that, let's start the pod.
Hi, I need a refill of this. I don't have a prescription. Sir, please wait your turn.
Hey, buddy, ever heard of a line?
Hey, have you ever been dragged to the sidewalk and beat until you... This old woman's gonna run out of air, and you're gonna have a tough time convincing people that it wasn't you. At the door! Creeping at the door! Elijah for enjoying his whiskey.
Hey guys, again, it's me, your host, Nicole, with...
Hey guys, it's me, the co-host, James.
And we're...
Engaged with Nicolas Cage. Because you know he's not married to that script.
You got it.
I don't
You did it this time.
I think you said, like I said, my name's Nicole. I don't think you said, I think you just said, hey guys, today we watched. You went right into it.
I don't know. Who gives a shit?
Who cares? Rat-tat-tat-tat. You want to know something I do care about? I have one thing to discuss from this week. And that is, Nicole shamed me out of the nude.
Okay.
I just got done showering because I had been rained on by the outdoors. I came home. I was like, you want to know what? I'm hot. I just got out of a warm shower. I was on a walk. I got rained upon by the Mother Nature. I don't feel like putting on pants or underwear, so I was just hanging out, sitting down.
He was nude.
Yes.
Like sitting on the couch watching TV.
Yeah, but I had just, and now if it was end of the day and I hadn't just gotten out of the shower, yeah, that's an issue. I was also making sure my little cheekies were clenched, so it was just my skin. There's no holes whatsoever touching fabric.
So you want me... What do you want from this? You want me to apologize for feeling uncomfortable with you doing that?
No,
That's what you want from this?
What I want is for you to just like be shamed like you did to me. Nicole was taking snapshots and posting them on Front Door or whatever and was like, oh, this weirdo's in our neighborhood.
Okay. I was going to say, don't worry. I'm seeing family this weekend. I'm sure I'll have more than enough trauma from it.
From what?
Being around tons of family members.
Oh, wait. But how does that relate to this? Will they be nude?
Because you said you want me to feel shamed.
Oh, you'll be shamed. No, I want you to feel shamed for shaming me. I just want you to appreciate my naked form.
So you just want the listeners to be like, you want our listeners to bully me.
Yes, they're
and
very
say,
good
hey,
at
Nicole, fuck you.
They're good at bullying me. I just want to see them. I want to know if they're just like a one horse pony or if they're good at bullying anyone. Because clearly I'm an easy target. It's not hard to do.
Right. Because you're usually like very vulnerable. You put everything out for everyone to make fun of.
Yeah, like how you were making light of me being assaulted as a child.
Yeah.
It's one of the funniest things because you're like, oh, who? No, oh no.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, no. This is something I can make light of.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a thing. Steve F is always calling me the W word. I'm kidding. He never calls me
whale?
that. Yeah, he calls me a whale because I'm fat as fuck. And because I'm always shooting shit out of my blowhole.
Yeah.
And when people get like fattiness that was stuck in my colon or my like intestines and like they pull it out, it's worth billions of dollars. That's some weird shit with whales, isn't it?
Sure.
Because I think on Bob's Burgers it was a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a real thing. Like there's some like gem or jewel of weird shit, and maybe people eat it. Like it's a truffle, but from a whale instead of a pig in a forest.
Yeah.
I don't know what truffles are.
So it's a compliment then, actually.
Oh, calling me a whale? Yeah, I guess so. People love to harpoon me.
If that's what you call it, sure.
Yeah. Because that's what a whale gets, you know? Whales get what they get, and that's being a harpoon. It Takes Two to Toku is always
not bullying you.
calling me handsome and shit, but
Yeah.
I know they're doing it in a, like, I read their sarcasm.
I don't think it is,
It's
though.
because it's always ends with a wink, so it's like, well, yeah, they're being winky of it.
Yeah, a wink is flirty. It's not sarcastic.
No, it's like, wink.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm an easy target. Eric Berry and Teresa, they'll be like, I got the right, and then Teresa goes,
So
I
the
got the
first
left.
one we boiled down to being a compliment.
Yes.
Second one's definitely compliments.
I don't know how this next one is the
So I
compliment.
think you just don't know how to take a compliment.
Okay, well, maybe this is. You tell me. It might be a compliment to some people. Eric goes, I got the right, and Teresa goes, I got the left, and just box my testicles in.
Okay.
Compliment?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I guess like the red liquid coming out of my penis complements the white bowl that it splatters upon. I should sell a picture of that, make millions, and show the berries what's up. And I'll take them out to dinner in a bunch because, you know, they helped me make those millions. Assault aside,
Yeah.
because they'll be getting a side of some Sauvignon Blanc. I don't know, wine shit. I was trying to say a fancy dish, but I think I just said a wine. Could you have a side of wine?
No.
Really? What if it is like a slushy?
That doesn't exist.
Oh, you could make it exist. You just put a little bit of water in it so then it freezes.
Okay.
And then you have a, like, there's not like margarita, or not margaritas.
That's not wine.
They make mixed drinks that are slushy.
Yeah. Not wine.
Yeah, but it should exist. This is $1 billion industry we could break into.
Okay, have fun doing that.
Oh man, a Sauvignon Blanc slushy? Icy's knocking on our door,
A
Coca-Cola.
liquid known for not freezing.
Yeah, but so is...
You want to make into a frozen tree.
But so is like these other slushy alcoholic drinks. Alcohol is known for not freezing. We just throw like some
I don't know about
flour in
that.
it and it gunks it up and then you have a slushy.
Then you have a chowder.
Okay. Oh shit, you're right. Wine chowder, holy crap. I do think this could work, and if it hasn't already existed.
That also wouldn't make it freeze.
Yeah, I know that I was joking with the flour. I'm just saying it would be slushy.
Yeah.
But you put a little bit of water in it. It's going to dilute it. Yes, I know. But then you icy it.
Or don't.
Because technically, like, an icy isn't fully frozen. So it doesn't need to get fully frozen. It just needs some ice chunk in it.
Sure.
I think I've made my million. I've made my nut. And then what are you going to do to bully me? Huh? Tito? Huh? Two Grapes? Huh? Everyone else? The Waz, if you're listening, I don't think she's just a very supportive friend. I should find out where the Waz works so then I could promote where she works on the podcast.
So basically, you're not being bullied.
I think the last one is, unless I can sell the art, it's me being bullied.
Sure.
Tito technically does bully me because he's just constantly giving me anime that I'll never watch recommendations. And then when I don't watch them, he calls me like needle dick.
Yeah. Which is a compliment.
What? How? Oh, because it's like a sewing machine and just really gets in there?
Yeah.
All right. My penis makes arts and crafts of you. Needle dick. Man, I guess I've never been bullied in my life.
They call me the seam ripper.
Ew. Is that what a needle even does?
Because I rip the seam from those needle dicks.
Oh, you are the seam ripper.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying a needle does that.
No.
Okay. They call me Needle Dick because I'll inject you with some drugs that make your skin tingle.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because, you know, you get dopamine when you orgasm.
Yeah. Sure.
And you get a little goose pimple.
Sure.
And you're like, hey.
Sure.
Nicole, I want to show you my penis. I want to pull down my pants and then you say
Why?
No. This is movie related. Because I want everyone to do this. Next time you see your spouse naked, I want you to quote this and it will fit perfectly. Shit, I don't know how to say this first word. I forgot.
Dunce.
Oh, no. What? No, that's not from the movie. I want you to say joie de vivre. I haven't seen quality like this in some time. Say that to them. Also, especially after like you gave them like their genitals a little lick. Say joie de vivre. I haven't seen quality like this.
Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that to a vagina, not a dick?
You can do both. You can do it even
Because,
to...
you know, that's where you store jewels in your clit.
Yeah. You could do it to the ear, your nipples,
Yeah.
breastises,
Yeah.
anything. Butthole.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a... and go, joie de vivre. I haven't seen quality like this in some time. And then they give a little toot.
You gotta say, hold on. No, you gotta say, hold on, you gotta say.
You lick their butt and say, show me the fucking Joker. Just show me the fucking Joker.
No, I thought no.
What? Give them a butt lick and then say, you know, Mark Twain, the genius behind Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn? Or talk about how eating ass is geometry.
You say the thing.
Joie de vivre. I haven't seen quality like this in some time.
Now that, my friend, is poetry.
Hell yeah. Orgasm. You could orgasm and say that. Yeah. Because it's like geometry. Triangles, right angles, protractors. But that's poetry.
Okay, we need to start from the beginning.
Nicole, this movie was
the poster.
good.
Oh, okay.
It was.
All right, we're doing this.
It's not like some other movies where we see Nick Cage be wild and crazy and then everything between it is shit and boring. This one had a mystery. Maybe that's what I liked about it. Oh, what is this cake? Is did he get the fat ass in the family? No, it's other shit.
Yeah.
Or maybe it isn't. Maybe it is early vernacular of calling in fat ass that cake.
Hurry up, get to the point.
But I thoroughly enjoyed this. The stuff in between was fine and drived the story, in quotes, drove it along. It drived it. Joie de vivre. I haven't seen quality talking like that in some time. But yes, let's get into it.
Oh, so we can get into it when you say it.
Yeah, it's convenient for me.
Hold on.
It's fine.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, it doesn't pick it up.
People will be like, how's Nicole talking? And
Doesn't
also
pick it up.
screaming socks in the background.
Pick it up, pick it up.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Yeah, I love this movie.
Yes.
Like reading reviews to put in the like beginning part, everyone was saying that like besides Nicolas Cage, this movie's fucking boring, whatever. And I'm like, no, this movie is great, especially how it ends. And like I wish that it would have started with the Charlie Sheen part.
Yeah.
And like went with those characters.
Mm-hmm. I definitely this movie
But I don't know. I think it's perfect.
Don't think we're talking about a masterpiece. This movie is dumb.
It's bad and they should feel bad.
You're the bully.
Yeah.
I've been looking on the outside.
Everyone knows that.
Oh,
it's not
man.
a surprise.
Nicole's a bully.
Anyone who is a patron knows that I am the bully here.
Fuck. I gotta try and revoke some.
After 8, it took you 7.5 years to figure this out?
It's a little over a half, Nicole. God, it's almost 8 years of being together. Oh, I want to squeeze you.
I'm scared.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
I love you more.
I love you equal.
Equal.
Like the sugar substitute.
Oh.
Seriously, you didn't get it until I said substitute?
I still don't get it.
Okay.
Oh, equal. Is that the substitute?
Don't fucking worry about it. We're going to get started with the poster. First of all, this poster does not match this movie at all.
Uh-huh.
It looks like it should be for like a sci-fi movie, I feel like.
Or like a high crime, something that was released in like 2000.
And then James pointed out that Nicolas Cage's face isn't even him from, it's not even like his character from the movie.
What I think this
He has a different haircut and he doesn't have a mustache on the poster.
This might be like a DVD box art deal where they made it when the DVD came out and that's what they're using for Amazon. That would be my guess. Like if you looked per like theatrical poster Deadfall 1993, we might find a different poster. However, this one is, all of it is wrong besides the, like you see someone standing in front of a car in silhouette, which is how the movie starts. But besides that, every actor and actress on the poster looks like 5 years taken after this. Nick Cage looks like this is more from like Con Air.
Like this, it reminds, can I show this to you?
Yeah.
It reminds me of this. Like I looked up the picture for the movie Signs and it looks so much like that. But instead of yellow lighting, it's blue.
And it also, I think maybe either a Twin Peaks or an X-File poster.
Yeah.
Also, that's what this could be. Maybe like Seven, but in a different color gradient.
Not Twin Peaks.
I'm thinking of the one that Netflix used, the poster for that. That's the weird thing about promotional posters, because sometimes they're taken like when you...
And not really X-Files, but I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Talking that, Mike.
But no, the Signs one is like perfect analogy to why it looks like a sci-fi poster.
I bet I could take that Signs and then like hue change it to be in the like color gradient of this poster, the Deadfall. And likewise, change Deadfall into Signs.
Yeah, it'd be really fucking easy to do.
Ooh, then try it, girl.
No.
Aye.
The fuck?
Just love me already.
I do already.
For all of me, including my nude lower half.
I do. I just don't like seeing it on our couch.
Do you? Joie de vivre. Why does he say that? Let's get to this movie.
I don't know how. I feel like I just want to talk about the last half. Like, but then again, Nicolas Cage isn't in the last half. So, okay. So the movie starts out with this guy named Joe. He like narrates about himself throughout the movie, which I don't care for. Like, I wondered what this movie would be like if they just like took that out. Like, what would it still just like make sense?
He was narrating it like film noir.
Kind of, yeah.
That's what I got from it.
Yeah.
Like Derms Clerman shit.
Yeah, a thing that everyone knows and can reference.
Unfortunately, Nicole, most of our patrons are aware and have read Derms Clerman.
All right.
Because I have sent it to them.
It's just him driving and narrating about how risky grifting is, which is like, oh my God, shut up. They show up to this like really dark, where are they? Like some warehouse for some guy to buy like cocaine or something. And then the guy that Joe is with is like wants a taste of it and like fingers his mouth with cocaine, and it was gross.
Yeah, he like licks it like you're about to finger. Like that's truly what this is like. It's, for a lack of a better term, or like what else? Like not even to like feel the wind when you're golfing would you get it so deeply. He sticks it like Lick-a-Maid.
Like he says a taste, but it is much more than that.
Yeah, it would be like someone trying to get a free, like, oh, can I get a free sample? And then they like hand one, and while they're handing the one free sample, they swipe all the other ones and just instantly throw it in their mouths. So it's like, you can't get it back now.
Yeah, like someone who is like, oh, can I have a bite? And their bite is like almost the entire thing.
They're like,
Yeah. And then Joe goes to give him the money or something, and then just like, so the acting is not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. Like it's so, but especially like in this moment is so bad when he just like turns and goes, he's wearing a wire. It's a setup.
their facial acting is very bombastic when it comes to intense situations. They're like all mouth agape, eyes wide open.
Yeah. So Joe shoots the cocaine man and the finger guy, he gets away or something?
Yeah, he just dashes out of there because he's the one buying the cocaine.
But left the money behind.
Yeah.
And then the cops come out and it turns out that he was in on it. And the cocaine guy who was shot was supposed to be Blanks, but it wasn't. So he dies, and that actually ends up to be Joe's dad. And with his dying breath says, "My brother, he has the cake. He stole the cake."
I wrote down that they did this for $50,000. Like, that's what they got out of this.
Yeah.
However, if these are blanks, there are like squibs in their chest and stuff. So when someone fake shoots them, it blows up. Those aren't cheap.
Yeah.
So this is a production that they had to do for just $50,000 split. There's almost 6 people there. Even if it's not all evenly distributed, you know, like, oh, these day players only get
right, because the cops weren't actually cops.
Yeah. They were
just in on the con.
Yeah, just people playing the part.
Yeah.
Playing the con. Yeah, it just seems like small fish, but then the whale gets fried later. Because you see that this is part of an even bigger con.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
So it wasn't just for the 50,000. Thinking back, maybe the guy who dropped this stuff was also in on it.
Yeah, he was.
Really? You think?
No, he was. He showed up at the end.
Yeah, I didn't. I only recognized the guy who talked to him while he was drunk at his apartment.
Okay.
This is stuff for later date, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So then he goes to Santa Monica.
We're moving on. Okay, so then he goes to California to find his uncle, because his uncle has the cake, whatever the fuck that means.
He also is given he's like, hey, your father only left you with this. And it's a key to a locker. And Nicole and I were like, holy shit, he's getting a $10 deposit from that because...
I said it's a locker to Michigan's Adventure.
Yeah, and when I think of lockers to Michigan's Adventure, did you ever do this? At the end of the day, you go to the water park side.
No, I didn't.
And you just find keys laying on the ground, and then you get free money.
What?
Yeah, because you would turn them in for the deposit, and then...
People just leave those around? But won't they not get their stuff back?
Maybe. Or it's people, they got their stuff and then dropped it. Because I think what we would do is we would check the lockers, and if stuff was in there, we would return it and say like, hey, someone dropped this, their stuff is still in there. But if nothing was in there, we just took it and bought ice cream with it because it was like a $5 return.
Hell yeah.
So my brother and I once, between that and someone had just like left a wad of ones on the ground and no one was around, I think we made like $34 one day.
Yeah.
It was nice money.
You weren't like, hey, someone dropped this, something.
I think we might have, but there truly was no one around.
Yeah.
And if you ask like, hey, did anyone drop this? Someone will say, yeah, I did.
Or, or just like look for someone who's looking for money, I guess. I don't know.
Nah, it was probably some punk teen whose mom was like, oh, take this for some funnel cake.
Yeah.
Go on that big thing that shoots you up in the air that cost a lot of money.
Hell yeah.
That was scary. I'm not doing that. That
Hell
slingshot.
yeah.
Did you ever, you don't like thrill rides?
No.
Except being with me's a pretty thrilling ride.
Oh. Yeah, no, I don't like I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't like roller coasters that much. I'll go on like smaller ones, but I don't like heights. It's not for me.
Which is weird. I think now later in life I'm iffy on roller coasters, but I'm someone who is terrified of heights, especially man-made heights, so it's weird that I like roller coasters.
Yeah. I will go on like a log ride.
Okay, a flume.
Yeah.
See someone go.
But I still don't like, I don't care for them, but I'll just like go, but I'll go on it just for something to do.
Do you like Pirates of the Caribbean?
I fucking love that ride.
It's scary.
That's probably why I love Disney so much. Like going to Disneyland or Disney World or whatever the fuck, because their rides aren't like that. They're just like themed.
Yeah, amusement
which is
rides,
really cool.
not thrill rides. What about Space Mountain?
Never been.
Oh, dang. Space Mountain's dope.
But it's a scary roller coaster.
Yeah, it's not that scary.
I have always wanted to go on that train one.
Train one.
It's like a mountain and there's like rocks and there's like TNT and goats.
The mining
something.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck, I don't know what that's called.
Never been. I'm kidding. I probably have been on it.
But I think like the one time I was like, I'm going to go on this, it started storming, so I couldn't.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You want to know what's great? Get in a friggin' Whopper at Universal Boardwalk.
Sure.
I don't know. It's fun.
Sure.
I would love to live in Orlando and go to the parks all the time.
It'll be fun.
Guys, get some more patrons so we can move to Orlando. Get a timeshare. That's a good investment.
Sure, why not?
It's not. I don't think so. A better
Just
thing.
become friends with someone who does have a timeshare.
Well, that's the last time I went to Florida. We went to someone's timeshare, but the person we went with was a straight up asshole that we
Yeah.
found out on the trip.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun.
Sweet.
Yeah, it sucked. So, getting like going away from this person and getting a Whopper at Universal Boardwalk, it was fun.
Yeah. It sucks. Shout out to other people who don't like thrill rides, because honestly, like it sucks because, as a kid, everyone's like, oh, let's go to this amusement park and stuff. And then you feel bad because everyone wants to go on these rides and you fucking hate it. And then someone has to like stay behind with you and then you feel bad because they have, like, you're forcing this person to just stay behind.
I think in a relationship where someone likes thrill rides and someone doesn't, it actually works out a little bit better. Because the person who likes the thrill ride, let's say the wait for a ride is 30 minutes, but that person can get in the single rider's line and go through the ride 3 times in 30 minutes.
Sure.
So you could just do it once and like, oh, I did that. And instead of waiting for 30 minutes, it's just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then go and do the other stuff. Enjoy the day together.
Yeah, sure.
Go on to the next note.
Well, you said we got to drop a bomb.
Drop a bomb?
So I'm ramping up to drop a bomb that, surprise, surprise, whenever I was forced to go to an amusement park with my dad, he would force me to go on those rides still. And I remember like whatever teen was working there always felt really bad because I would be crying super hard, and my dad was the type of dad to be like, stop crying,
Man.
and make you go on it anyway. And he's like, it'll be fine. It's just a stupid ride. And then I would go on the ride, and then I'd still be crying, and he'd be mad. And it's like, yeah, because I said I didn't want to go on this fucking ride because I hate it. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
Damn, your dad sucks.
But my mom, on the other hand, is fucking rad as hell and would just be like, would just not go on the rides with me and would be like, hey, what do you want to do? Or like would just hang out and be like, yeah. And my grandma too. My grandma Jakis, who is my dad's mom, like when we would go to Six Flags and stuff. So we would just hang out together.
She'd be like, here's a 20 so you can play Duke Nukem 3D in VR.
Basically. But, you know, the times that my grandma wasn't there, that was the situation.
Hey, here's a...
Instead of my dad just being like, hey, Ashley, Josh, go ride this. I'll stick behind with your sister. Or, you know, maybe even just not have me go.
But your dad is selfish and he wants to go as well.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to spend twice the time of switching off. Like, hey, I'll wait with your sister, you two go, and then you two wait with your sister, and I'll go.
I feel like that would be weird to make them wait with me, and then he just goes on there.
Well, I mean, okay, well, one of them waits, and then...
I guess it would be Ashley, because she's the oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it would be weird if, like, just your brother was waiting.
Because he's younger than me.
Yeah. But very mature for his age.
Sure.
I mean, no. I know, like, now he is, but probably not back then. If he had the Crazy Frog CD.
He's a typical little brother, I think.
Meaning he smoked cloves. Next.
So there you go. That's your juicy tidbit for this episode.
The bomb has been dropped.
The bomb has been dropped. You've been called out.
Father,
and you've been awesome, mother.
What if he signed up for the Patreon? What do I do?
Nothing.
Oh, I don't like delete his pledge?
No.
Block him?
No.
All of a sudden he's like pledging $100.
Yeah, take that fucker's money.
Ooh, girl. But then he's hearing all of this if he can figure out an RSS link.
Good.
He's just, all he does is like, yeah, I'm listening to this. It's weird. Like, Nicole hasn't been on an episode yet. And they're like, yeah, that's because you're just listening to talking about Beyblade.
Yeah, that's funny that you would think he would do that, though. That's cute.
Ooh, he goes straight to the how the brick stole Chris rip miss.
No, I'm just saying it's cute that you think he would listen to any of these.
Hey, you know, he might.
No.
I'm kidding. I have a good dad, and even he won't.
Yeah.
He says, no. It's like, bro, you listen to podcasts. Are they, you know, like conservative right-wing podcasts?
Which is like the complete opposite of what we do.
Yeah. I mean, no, I don't think we're the complete opposite. We're just straight up not even on the same line.
Exactly. The complete opposite.
No, you have to at least be on the same. Like,
exactly.
Oh my God. We gotta get into this movie, Nicole.
Okay, you forgot to. Oh, you didn't. Okay, never mind.
No, yeah, I covered it. I knew that I covered it with a Ranger Command Power Hour.
Cool. So we got through the first 10 minutes so far. Why?
Because I choose to.
I don't know. He sees some lady at a grave. Oh, yeah. Then he goes to his uncle in California.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been Diane the whole time.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm just connecting. This movie is good at doing that. There is one thing. So he goes to Santa Monica and he goes to this like market area. He gets a coffee from a lady.
Non-discreetly creeping on people.
Yeah, and he gets a coffee and she's like, "Oh, hey, we have donuts now. Would you like one?" Which is a good way to plant. They don't show the fryer, but it's like, "Hey, we fry things here, specifically donuts." Think about that. It's a nice little
Not
crumb,
really.
donut crumb that you flake across
I think
the
you're
place.
giving them too much credit.
I think you're not giving enough. Just like you don't give yourself enough credit.
Okay.
You say, oh, I'm like a 500 max. And I'm like, no, dude, you're a fucking 820. Perfect credit score.
I don't know what you're saying.
I'm saying a credit score.
Okay.
I don't know credit scores. Mine is NA. Never been.
Yeah, you really like to brag about that, which is a weird
okay.
I guess because you just don't hear of someone just not having.
Okay, this is what I want to say. My dad, great dad, he always said, hey, if you don't have the money, do not buy something. Only purchase things you have the money for. And he's like, oh, never get a credit card. Oh, David Ramsey or Gordon Ramsay, whatever the fuck that dude's name is. He says, oh, you shouldn't have a credit card. People cut up credit cards on his show, like in the phone receiver. Sneep, sneep. So I was like, oh, I never need one. And then all of a sudden.
Yeah, like that's how I was raised too.
And my dad, like when I'm like, hey, can you co-sign? And he's like, well, what's your credit score? I was like, you told me not to have one. And he's like, no, you should still
just
like.
say it's not.
it's no
What's
answer.
your credit score? It's not.
It's non-existent. So when he's like, well, you should just get a credit card and just buy small things.
That's what happened to me.
And you know, or
and I was like, what?
Take a loan out at the bank and just pay it off where there's no interest. And you'll start building up credit.
And then I was like, I'm not fucking doing that.
No,
that's just like another thing I have to worry about for no fucking reason.
Yeah, and guess what? People can't take out credit cards in my name and try to defraud me because I don't have a credit score. They'll be like, I'm sorry, we will not give you this.
Yeah.
But though you could probably find a credit card place that would. And be like, well, you can only spend like $1,000. But then the scammers would be like, yeah, I don't feel like this is worth the hassle.
Yeah.
So, Father, get bent. I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
What if your dad came on Patreon?
He would know how to
paying $100.
Wow, he would never do that. He is someone who told me not to ever have a credit card. He's not gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know. I think he might come on as like a $1 guy just to show support someday. Which would mean he only has access to the first 2 episodes of talking about Beyblade and polls.
Yeah.
So he could help mold the content of the Patreon. He's like, man, if I really believed in my son and paid the $5, I'd really want to see them do Meet the Deedles. He votes for that. Yeah, we're doing it a second time, guys. Oh my God, this is what I should do.
He says, P-Dogs for life.
He's like, yeah, you know, I got rid of Disney Plus, The Mandalorian, you know, I like more straight sci-fi instead of sci-fan, but...
Personally, I like gay sci-fi.
Okay. I like bi-fi, sci-bi.
Bi sci-fi.
However, Nicole, as Corwin and I will tell you...
If it's not bi sci-fi, say bye-bye.
As Corwin and I will tell our fans, scream at them, at least in cinema, there is not a lot of gay sci-fi.
Yeah.
Which sucks, because that's like what we like.
Yeah.
It's never been. I think out of the 90-some episodes, I think one has been sci-fi, and one's been like borderline sci-fi.
What is Debs? That's not sci-fi. It's like, what is that?
I guess that would be kind of sci-fi.
Science fiction. Yeah.
But I think that's more like crime. Whatever James Bond it would be considered. Could James Bond be considered sci-fi? But it would be sci-fi light. For sure.
I mean, it's a thriller, right? Or a mystery
Hold
crime.
on, let me check. A lot of modern spy thrillers, your Missions Impossibles, James Bond's Kingmen's, absolutely qualify as science fiction, mostly because they use science that is, well, fiction.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're talking in space shit.
Right.
Space operas.
Space fiction.
Yeah, I want to see two Cylons with big old swangs just start thrusting into each other.
Okay.
Yeah, baby. In a movie, I'm not going to be whacking it to it.
Okay.
Because I love, in This Movie's Gay, I love when the movie, all the characters are gay and they're all down to fuck. Even if they don't fuck, they're just like, it's a horny movie.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah. And they're always making like sexual pun flirty stuff to each other. Like someone could be, I guess, like tenderizing meat. And they're like, I'd like you to tenderize my meat.
Yeah.
And then the other person who does, like, the joke is they don't know how to flirt. And they're like, oh, I'll bash you over the head with my hammer.
Yeah.
But then they whip out their dick and it's huge. And they're like, that's the hammer I'm talking about. I'm going to mash it on your penis head. And then you find out they're a virgin, obviously, because, like, that's not what you
how
do.
you do that.
But you could, like, rubbing two penises together, I
make
think,
fire.
No. Yeah, fire, sex.
Yeah.
Would be, like, feel good. Because, you know, I forget the area
I guess.
of the penis. You know, it's like right in the front of the, like below the head. That kind of looks like a tendon.
The part
like,
where you kiss it.
Yes. Like the part that feels good. Like the most sensitive
sure.
part. That could, like rubbing two penises together as they're like lubed up would feel good. But you're not just mashing head.
You're not hammering heads.
Yeah, the only mashed heads I want to see are when you make a mashup of Head PE and Talking Heads. Talking Head PE, oh my God.
Okay.
What's your next note?
I don't know what that is. He gets a coffee, he sits down, there's this kid bussing.
Straight bussing.
And he's like, hey kid, you want to make $20? And we're just like, this is so weird because like the acting is just so bad. And I think asks the kid like where his uncle is maybe or something. I don't know.
And he's like, who's asking? And he says, his nephew, what have you?
Okay.
Oh, I do want to, before he does that, you touched on it a little bit of him just like walking around like eyeing everything. It's like he's fucking the situation with his eyes, like that turn of phrase.
100%.
But he's got protection on because he's got sunglasses.
Yeah.
When you're eye fucking, wear some sunglasses.
Wear protection.
Yeah. Next.
So guess who overhears?
Eddie.
The Nicolas Cage as Eddie.
Edward.
And he says, pick a card.
Man, his accent is...
No, he just talks with his teeth closed.
Yes. I should do that.
I
feel... Have we done this bit before?
No.
Yes, we have.
No, you haven't.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry.
Pick a card.
I don't want to pick one. Get the fuck out of here.
Makes him pick a card, and it's a Joker, and then... he says, okay, I'll show you where your uncle is. Because apparently he's like his uncle's main guy or something.
He's my right hand man.
And while Joe is talking to his uncle Lou, for some reason, the camera like does a close-up on Eddie just taking pills.
His dad, or I mean, the camera loves Nick Cage. Why did I say his dad?
I don't know.
Freudian slip.
I don't know.
Freudian nip slip. That's gotta be a thing. That has to be somewhere on
New
the
sticker
internet.
design.
Yes.
Done.
It's Freud with like looking at a down blouse of him.
A down blouse of him?
Yeah, a down blouse. So sometimes, like,
a down blouse of you.
Do you know what a down blouse is?
No.
Okay, so when someone has breasts, and they like you can what? You can see like
I don't know.
And they're their bra isn't flush with them. If you're looking down their blouse, you might be able to see their nipple.
Okay.
It's a thing on the internet.
That's not what that's called.
Yeah, a down blouse. Because you can see down their blouse and see their nipple. Google it.
Like at the Baker College culinary building, it's just like, it's like 2 or 3, it's like 3 floors, but it's like it's a circle building, and it's just like all balcony on the 2nd and 3rd floor. So if you're on the 2nd or 3rd floor and you look down, you can just see down people's shirts.
Yeah, down blouse.
Yeah. For days.
Like when Joe Dirt says, I can see down your shirt. And then when he's in that hot air balloon,
Sure.
I think duty gets rained on him.
Never seen it.
Oh, dude. You would fucking love Joe Dirt. I'm not kidding. You like David Spade, right? And I'm pretty sure it's a Happy Madison.
Time.
Production. You like Adam Sandler's sensibility.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would love Joe Dirt.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. We got a good watch on our hands.
Oh, no.
Kid Rock's in it.
Ew.
Christopher Walken's in it.
Okay.
Joe Dirt's in it.
Okay. So Joe hooks up with Eddie to pick up Eddie's girlfriend while he's wearing a tux.
He has flowers behind his back. This woman is out of his league so far. And he's like, oh, shucks. And he's like kicking up dirt that isn't there on the ground because they're on a sidewalk that's clean in a white
like
tux.
He's all embarrassed.
And he gives her flowers. It's so bad. I don't like, there's in no real world is this woman, even for a con with this man.
Yeah. I don't know if, like I said, if he's rich.
But I don't think he is.
Why not?
Because we never see his home, do we?
No.
I guess he has a decent car, but that could be a company car.
Yeah, okay.
Why not? You ever worked for Burger King corporate? They give you a company car.
His car is pretty sweet, though.
Yeah. I don't like how, so they all get in the car, like she sits down up front. Joe should have gotten in the back. Why were they all 3 up front?
Camera.
Oh, yeah. You could have been in the back in the center.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
And it would have just been better, made more sense. You just met all of these people.
Couldn't tell ya.
He probably wanted his leg to rub up on her
Couldn't
thigh.
tell ya.
So he could think about it later.
I don't know. I feel like it could just they go into a bar and like con.
Yeah, you can
a bar lady.
And after getting this done, we don't need to explain
Which
the
they
grift.
really just didn't need to have that scene in it at all.
But they go back to the car. It's just Joe and Diane. And he's like, why are you with Eddie? And she goes, well, maybe I'm not with him. Maybe we're just 2 people running around in a circle and we just met up. And I say, as like a
sometimes those circles meet.
And
like the sun and the moon.
I said, to be dumb, I go, they call it an eclipse. And as I am saying it, my mouth is meeting up with the actress saying, they call it an eclipse.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then Nicole's like, dude, you do need to write for...
Like, why don't you?
You understand.
Write shit.
I have in the past.
You know what I mean.
I know. Try to go for it. I wanted to. I was going to move to Atlanta, baby.
Like, actually,
I wanted to move to Atlanta and write for Tyler Perry, but then I found out he doesn't have a writer's room, so... he just writes it all himself.
Yeah, I feel like that's a joke, just so you could, like, say that bit of trivia.
Well, I mean, if you're moving to Atlanta, you're only doing one of 2 things.
Because
working with Tyler Perry.
I'm pretty sure that's a lie.
What?
You wanted to work for Cartoon Network.
Yeah. But if you move down to Atlanta, you're either working somewhere in Turner Broadcasting or... At least back then, movies hadn't been, when I wanted to move, hadn't been going to Atlanta as much. I think only The Walking Dead had moved down there.
So you did want to move to Atlanta?
Yeah, I was going to move.
Oh.
I was looking at apartments, trying to find out the best way to get I was looking at internships at Turner Broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, it's never been.
Sure.
Then we moved to Chicago, having a blast with my queen.
We're having a blast. My next note is boobies.
Yeah, we got quite a bit of them.
Boobies.
Boobies. Boobies.
So you know this movie's good because
Yeah.
it's got so many boobies.
You also get a man's ass. Oh, okay, so in this part, Diane is like trying to not really seduce him, or I guess technically seduce him, is trying to get in bed, but he's apprehensive of like, oh, you're trying to con me. I understand your kind of people because I am your kind of people. But then she's like, no, I'm sorry. Like you're different than everyone else. And then the actress's face acting when he like is, because she's like, I do want you, like you're nice and I think you could treat me right. When he's behind her, cameras on both of them, and he's starting to pull off her, like the strap of her dress. Her face clearly shows like excitement and happiness that this is happening. And I was like, this is amazing acting happening right now.
Yeah, because the con she's pulling is working.
Okay, well, now in retrospect, I think that, but
Yeah.
no,
Which I knew. I was like, oh, she's just sleeping with him because it's part of a con.
but she does end up falling for him.
Yeah.
So, also, don't talk, like, during pillow talk, don't discuss your mother. That's odd.
She brought it up.
Well, you shut that down and say, like, hey,
and he didn't want to.
that's my mom.
He was
Shut up.
hesitant about it.
But even before they start pillow talk, like, before they start having sex, just say, like, oh, no, that's my mom. Don't be apprehensive, being embarrassed about your mom. Who are you, me?
Because that is weird and a turn off.
Well, this is before they even started, like, cuddling up to each other. She's just like, oh, who's this woman in your locket? An ex-lover?
That's why he says it's his ex. It is his ex.
Yeah, that's weird. That's even weirder. Saying your mom is your ex?
Okay.
Just say, no, that's... Or even you could say, hey, that was a stock photo in there. I haven't had the chance to swap it out.
Sure.
This is before that. They go to a strip club, and I just thought, like, what did women strip to in the 60s before hair metal came onto the scene?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know. Funk?
Yeah.
Really? Or I'm
guessing.
I guess disco in the 70s probably would have been pretty prevalent. And then, yeah, funk. And then sometimes it probably would have been like...
No, or like jazz, like salacious jazz.
Like if it is a more of like a speakeasy type deal, like a burlesque thing probably would have, but just like straight up stripper, just stripping.
Yeah.
Because I can only think of hair metal.
It's your problem, bro.
What would you strip to, chat? Listeners,
Never been.
What would you want me to strip to, Nicole?
No.
Silence. I want to hear my thoughts as I see you remove each piece of fabric from your skein. You're a freak, dude.
Wow.
I wrote down at this point in the movie, what is the cake? And I thought maybe it was like they got a baker shop. Maybe he's the real dad. And then I wrote down he got the ass genes.
Yeah.
None of them. Real dad is the closest to what the cake really was.
I thought so. I feel like, yeah, that would have been a better twist. I thought that the lady who showed up at the grave was going to be his mom, which honestly would have been better than it being Diane at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even wrote in my notes, she clearly slept with him for some other reason.
Oh, man, I believe in love.
Then they're having, I put breakfast. I don't know if it was breakfast with Lou and Blanche. and it's Lou's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what the point of that was, but definitely a forgettable scene.
Except she's like, oh, I'm feeling so woozy with two men of the same family in the same room. Oh, my never. How will I ever be able to stand up and get the crumpets out of the oven? Oh. And then he gnaws on her arm, goes,
Sure. Yeah.
Those are things that really happened.
That's kind of like what I love about this movie is that, which is like fucking weird. I guess not. That like all of the characters are like characters. Mm-hmm. But it seems like except for Joe.
Yeah.
And like Lou. But at the same time not. Because if they're trying to be like noir, then it does make sense that they're just like, oh, I'm just a rugged dude. But I just don't think that Michael Biehn pulled it off.
I am Michael Biehn. Also in Louisiana, they call it film noir.
Wow.
Well, they are eating beignets.
Mm-hmm.
That was a double dare answer. Beignet.
Mm-hmm. It's pronounced joie de vivre.
I thought you were going to say it's pronounced never beignet.
Oh, yeah. I think it just shouldn't. It should have been someone else. I don't think it should have been Michael Biehn.
I am Michael Biehn.
God damn it, James. Then we get more boobies because
yes.
Eddie's at the club, we find out that earlier Joe, as sort of like a razz from Eddie, Joe had to get money from someone who owed Lou, and apparently Eddie had a really hard time with it, but Joe seemed to have no problem with it until he's at the club again and finds out from the person that Joe just told them to shake his hand, and Joe ended up just paying for what was owed to make him look good.
Yeah.
So Eddie's like, what the fuck? And the guy is like, yeah, and I bet he's fucking your girl too, you dumbass. And then Eddie's like, oh.
Has a classic Nick Cage fuck scream.
Yeah, he starts like beating people up and goes, hi, fucking yeah.
And there's been this man watching Joe and them from the shadows and in
like
a
the
car.
entire time, this entire movie.
And it doesn't get
with
explained why. But Nick Cage goes outside into the alleyway, is about to get in his car, and this guy sneaks up behind and tries to like piano wire his neck. And choke him out. But then Nick Cage stabs him with a sock knife and falls on the ground. Then he proceeds to smash his head in the car door, which would have murdered this person. I thought what we were going to get
at
is
least have blood.
I thought like it was going to pan away and then it's just mush in his car.
So did I.
But
I was like, oh, okay, this movie's getting fucking gruesome.
He's like, who sent you? And he says who sent.
Sam Peckinpah.
Which isn't anyone, is it?
I don't think so.
And then he swipes at his neck, kills him, and then pills are around this dead body.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how the pills got there.
I don't know why you're so focused on that.
Or maybe Nick Cage, because he was taking pills.
Yeah.
He does drugs. He was also doing poppers, maybe.
I don't know.
Just getting his butthole real loose.
Yeah.
So I think maybe this was a drug dealer, and maybe they cut out like where he was getting drugs. Like this is something cut to explain what this scene was about. And maybe he was behind on payments for the drugs, and this drug dealer was just following anyone related to Eddie. And then, but he was on the fucking bus.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, never mind. This doesn't.
On the way to, so that means he was wherever this movie started out. Yeah.
Yeah, so never mind.
So he's been following Joe.
Wow. that storyline does not have it. Just cut
no
that.
payoff. Yeah.
I guess they did cut it with a friggin' knife in the throat. Damn.
Which I just kind of chalked it up to they were trying to show how crazy Eddie is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, still explain what is going on.
Yeah.
Like, why was he following?
There's no payoff to that.
Yeah. But then Eddie's pissed because he thinks someone's trying to kill him. Which who knows what this was trying to do?
No. Well, yes, but that's not really why he's pissed.
I mean, he walks into her room, Diane's room, saying, someone's trying to fucking kill me.
Yeah.
Then he sees the cigar on her bed, and then he starts humping the bed and going nuts. Like, this
he thinks that she's sleeping with Lou.
Yeah. And this is classic Nick Cage right here.
Yeah.
And I wrote down Chris, why can I not think of Coppola, is telling everyone on the crew, like, hey, I'm so sorry. It's just my weird brother. My dad said, I'm sorry about this, guys. We need to let him run his course. Keep it rolling. You guys can all go to lunch. The camera will just be on him. He will keep going. I will shut off the camera when he just falls asleep, and I'll put a blanket on him. He'll tucker himself out, which I can't wait till we get to a specific movie because that is literally what they did.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that movie.
Yeah.
The director had to tucker him out to get out his energy and would use the last take because that was the usable one. Him being subdued from exhaustion.
Yeah. Just being tired.
Yeah.
Too tired to keep going that hard. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When he gets home, when he gets there and he's like all pissed, like someone's trying to kill me. He is trying to like hang up his coat or something and just goes, fucking hangers. And I wrote, he must be hangry.
He says, no more coat hangers.
Because like, I feel like sometimes that's how pissed I get when I'm hangry.
Then he goes to Lou's office. And he
gets real pissed and she pulls a gun on him.
Oh, yeah.
And gets him to leave. And then she tells Joe that Eddie thinks Lou is sleeping with her and is going to go kill Lou.
Yeah, so then he's going to the office as well. So he goes and Eddie has a gun to Lou. He comes out of the shadows and hands him the deck and he's like, pull a card. And he's like, I'm not gonna pull a card. Just like you're my right hand man. Why are you doing this? Like, why do you think I would cheat you over and try and kill you? I'm not out for you. And he's like, just pull a card. Just pull a fucking joker. Just pull a fucking joker. And I'm like, yes, this is what we want from him.
He says, show me the fucking Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised ICP hasn't sampled it.
I mean, why would they have seen this movie?
I don't know, man. And he goes, you want to fuck? We fuck now.
And then
Joe deep fries Eddie's face.
Yes, they establish there's a deep fryer.
Drowns him in it.
Which, it's luckily I can take myself out. It does not look like fryer grease. It is very murky. It is clearly just brown water that they have bubbling from an apparatus.
Right, yeah.
I don't like grease on my face anywhere. It's disgusting. So I was able to watch this scene. Mm-hmm. And then he gets a melted face.
Which looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Looks really good.
And I guess because we know he didn't really die there.
Yeah, he did. Why not?
Because doesn't that guy come back in the pseudo sequel?
I guess.
Because it's also established he's wearing a wig in this movie. And then I think in the pseudo sequel, he's also wearing a wig.
Which is also a really nice wig because I was like, I think that might be his real hair.
Damn.
And usually I'm like, oh, that's like, usually I can tell. Takes one to know one. Am I right, baby?
Let's get to Sheen. It'll skip one scene, but
so
who
like
cares?
maybe they thought that he was dead, but he wasn't, and then they threw him in the lake. But that would kill him.
Did they throw him in a lake?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like they threw him in a lake, but I don't think, like, they're on a, like, huge cement dock, and it sounds like they just, like, thwipped him on the ground.
Yeah? You think that's what happened?
Yeah, that's what it seemed like, and they're
They
like...
just left him there.
Yeah, they're like, okay, he's the birds deal now.
Uh-huh.
He's food for the maggots.
Yeah. Maggots notorious for living in cement.
No, maggots find a way, dude. If you were to die right now in like a
yeah,
vacuum,
but if that's your
maggots
plan,
will...
you're not going to leave it on cement.
Well, hey, takes one to know one, I guess.
Oh my God. They're talking about, well, because Eddie is out of the picture, now Lou needs Joe to fill that role for the con that they've been setting up. And I wrote down, he says, it's a classic possum trap.
Yes.
Like, they just like to sprinkle in random, like, phrases that may or not be real phrases con artists use. And it just doesn't feel natural.
This one did because they had established because he's like, oh, this is the same shit I did last time. He's thinking in his head.
Sure.
And it's like, oh, I'm playing dead.
Yeah.
A possum trap. Or an opossum trap is really what it should be.
And then he's like conflicted about it because
he fucked it up last time.
Yeah, Lou would be the one who has to pretend that he gets shot.
Oh, we forgot to establish Lou and his dad are twins. They are identical besides hair color. And he was mouth agape like, ah!
When he first met him, yeah. But I don't know. Like, I guess the rest of the story wouldn't make sense if this was the case. But before I knew how the movie was ending, I was like, they should have had it where Joe was the one who had to like fake his death, because that would have just like upped the ante so much more for him to like why he's so nervous about it.
Yeah.
Because like he didn't even know he had an uncle until now.
I think it's just the fact that it will be killing his father again.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, this was such a terrible, traumatic thing. Oh my God, I have to pretty much one for one do it again.
Yeah, and he is his twin, so.
Twin?
Yeah. Twin. And then Diane just says, like that girl in that commercial, why not both? Do the con and then get the fuck out of here. Start over. We
got to get into this Sheen stuff.
We find out what the cake is.
Yes.
It's a literal cake.
Yeah, which might have been like and
I'm pissed about it.
A lighter or a thermos, not a thermos, a flask?
Why do you say that?
Because he unscrews it. Or was it a ring?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought because he had I thought it was like a lighter. You unscrew it and it lights up and you go.
You didn't see the ring on it?
No, it
and
looked
then he
like
said to give this to this special lady in your life.
I thought it was just like you give this shitty looking cake model to someone.
Wow.
It was not
James.
well lit and it was standard definition.
And he said he was going to use it to marry his mom.
That I did. Yeah. I just thought he was giving a fucking cake. Okay. If my mom were to say, hey, James, hands over her 1/8 scale.
And she opens it and there's a ring inside.
A 1/8 scale of the Wicked Witch of the West model. And she says, hey, give this to a lucky lady. The same one that she told my friend Zach Charlo this Wizard of Oz memorabilia that's not memorabilia was just like a collectible. This collectible is worth more than this boy's life. Direct words. And he said, yeah, your mom felt like kind of out of line right there. If she handed that to me and said, hey, give this to a lucky lady, I'd be like, yeah, it's the same thing as this cake.
I mean, you're wrong, but okay.
Or I guess it would be more like, like a gun that is a lighter. Like, hey, Give this to a lucky lady who likes weaponry and sparking cigars.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a weird movie.
Then we find out, or this is when Charlie Sheen enters the movie and is the quote unquote Mark that they are conning, but isn't though.
No, yeah, he's not.
They they have their own pool cues in adorable cases. And as they're putting them together, Charlie Sheen goes, one of the rare occasions where 1 + 1 = 1. Like every line he says, I was like, I can't write all of these down. I don't have time for this.
I didn't know that was in reference to the pool cues. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what does that mean?
Oh my God.
He says so much bullshit that I'm like, yeah, he's just saying bullshit.
I hate and love it at the same time.
I love and love it.
Like, this is where I wish this is what the movie was the whole time.
Yeah.
Was just this absurd.
This is also the second time, or wait, no, it's in a Nick Cage movie. I was going to say, this is the second time Nick Cage has been in like a pool shark scenario. Because in Chasing the Moon, it happens there. Remember they try to pool shark some Navy folk?
Yeah, except that's not Nicolas Cage, so...
Yeah, but yeah, I said.
Yeah.
I realized that.
Yeah.
Stop bullying me.
I'm bringing it up again.
Who am I?
You have as much worth as your credit score, bro.
Never been.
Nah.
I thought you were going to say, you have as much worth as a Wizard of Oz memorabilia.
No, next time someone asks what your credit score is, just go, nah. Because it's NA.
Yeah.
Oh,
my credit score is the
boy.
NRA. Gadoosh!
Like from here on out, characters are just caricatures. Like they are just straight up characters. He has a silver fake nail on one of his nails, which is incredible. His name is Morgan Drip, which is something James would have wrote. Like, oh my God. I think he says his nickname is Fat or something.
He also, so like they're playing this pool game where the goal is to hit both. I don't know. Watch the movie.
I have no fucking clue.
But he does it.
But it also doesn't matter because I'm just paying attention to Charlie Sheen saying bullshit.
I thought he said, because he gave them possibly a fake name, and he hits it, and he's like in Nirvana, and he says, "Welcome to paradise, Mr. Chode." And I was like, is that what he said? I know he said welcome to paradise and Mr. Chode, but...
No, he did not.
Yeah, he called that dude... Oh, Mr. Joe. Did he say Joe? Okay. That makes more sense.
Fuck, James.
Joie de vivre.
Then he says some bullshit about Mark Twain.
The genius behind Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
See, he would play billiards when he had writer's block to clear his mind.
Stupid.
That's poetry.
Yeah, he snaps 3 times, which I fucking hate and love.
Nicole, poetry doesn't write me. I mean, I don't write poetry. Poetry writes me.
Yeah, you fucked it up.
Oh, yeah, I fuck poetry.
Joe loses the pool game on purpose. He loses. The bet was like 25 grand.
Yeah.
Gives him a watch or something because it belonged to someone that the person knows, and then they're like, hey, the boss wants to talk to you, and they bring him into this like secret back room.
It's a James Bond lair,
which just it's like, where the fuck are we?
A James Bond villain.
We're just truly like, this is a different movie.
And guess what? Spoiler alert, there's a James Bond villain in this room.
He has a like electronic claw hand.
He has garden shears.
And I was
for
like,
a hand.
And I was like, okay, I get it. We're in the Inspector Gadget universe.
Yeah, that's what this dude is. He has...
It's just that claw guy.
Yeah. He has a henchman who just holds the like jeweler's glass for him as he picks up this diamond. He looks at it and he's like, exquisite, puts it back down, then is talking, then picks it back up again, licks it and says, which we've quoted many times, joie de vivre.
Which I'm going to be saying all the time now.
I haven't seen sun's qualities in some time.
No, okay. He says, you have seduced me.
Yeah.
I'm like, ew.
Those are all my notes. That's truly all you need to say about this movie.
So they're trying to convince Claw to buy these diamonds, which I don't know. Are they fake? I don't know.
No, they're
Doesn't
real.
matter. Okay, they're real. And they're doing the old possum trap, and they're arguing or whatever, and Joe is sort of representing the claw guy in this negotiation, and Lou is the one with the diamonds. And Joe at one point leans over to Claw and says, candy from a baby. And I was like, why? So stupid. Then Joe hesitates and can't shoot because PTSD, and Lou gets murdered, and it just turns into a shootout. Then all of a sudden, like, it was so quick where I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I want to say one comment on this is a bad con because this man was allowed to bring other bodyguards, the Claw. And they would have real bullets. The thing about the first con is no one had real bullets.
Yeah.
So it's bad. And he hesitates. After screaming, he has a wire, pulls out a gun, and then one of the henchmen starts shooting all the people with Lou.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Which, like, I kind of laughed because it was ridiculous.
And someone shoots Claw's claw, and it's near his neck, and I thought it was going to, like, chop off his head.
Unfortunately, it's not that
God,
kind of movie. I wish it was.
So fucking good if it did.
I wish it was gorier, but it's not. So, yeah, so there's a shootout, and then all of a sudden, Joe is chasing Diane, who, again, is dressed the same as when she was at the grave before, and his dad is there, and you're like, what the fuck? His dad didn't die, but his uncle did, and his dad pulled this whole fucking con,
pretended to die. Everyone else was in on it besides Joe.
Even the person in the beginning that like ran away that was supposed to be getting conned was there. So like that means that he was even in on this entire thing. So that first con that we saw wasn't even a real con.
Which is also weird because it's like, well, how would they have known Joe would have grabbed the $2 million, which were for the diamonds? Also, he should have grabbed the diamonds.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a huge payout.
Yeah.
Would have been $4 million.
Shoulda.
And the reason why they didn't just sell the diamonds, Lou, he explains like, well, where's the fun in that? Like we could keep using these diamonds over and over again to con people.
Yeah.
Like, why would I sell someone my microphones? I get to keep using them.
So the dad, he's like pissed at Diane because she was in on it. And she's like, but I really do love you. And he's like, fuck that. And then his dad's like, yeah, we fucking did it, dude. We made $2 million. We paid off the other people, but the rest is for us. We did it. We did the ultimate con. And Joe was like, are you fucking serious? Like, your brother is dead now because you just wanted to do this dumbass con. And then like turns on a carousel, I guess, to like
mask the gunshot he's about to do or disorientate?
For like anticipation or whatever, to like up the ante for the viewer, you know what I mean? Instead of them just standing there in darkness,
If you want to up the ante, this is what I would do. Instead of a carousel, throw a little poppers on the ground. The things that,
Sure.
yeah, just and coat it. Coat the entire ground so if anyone moves, pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
Do that, or I guess bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Do bubble wrap, guys,
Yeah.
and fill it with helium, and then you can get cheaper postage
Yeah.
because it'll elevate the box a little. It should be something that works, you know.
Should be.
Yeah. How would you elevate the scene
I don't fucking care.
instead of a carousel? Real horses that that are just running in a circle.
Sure. Why not?
And they're on ribbons. You know, though, when you see horses on a ribbon walking in a circle,
No.
and I think like kids ride on them. It might not be ribbons.
It's not a ribbon, but
Okay, well,
sure.
I just thought they were in like rhythmic gymnastics, and they
No,
were
it's metal.
ribbon dancing.
That's cute, but it's metal.
Oh my god, dressage, but the horse has like a ribbon glued to its hoof, and it's just like trying to like get it off.
No.
But it's doing nice little designs in the air.
But I don't think that...
Then you light fireworks off next to it, and it gets real scared.
Oh my god.
So then they do even cooler stuff
No.
in the air with their rhythmic gymnastics.
No.
Like Lizzie McGuire is there as well because she was a pro at it.
Okay.
She almost went to the Olympics, remember?
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
I think season 1.
Okay.
That woman who's always a gym teacher in TV shows, she was there too.
Uh-huh.
She was like, "Oh my God, Lizzie, you could go to the Olympics easy."
You could go to regionals.
Yeah, the regional Olympics.
Yeah.
Represent
Anyway.
the U.S. Yes.
The movie.
Aye. Yeah, I was talking about the movie.
No, you weren't.
I was saying how to escalate it without a carousel. Real horses,
God.
dressage.
And then Joe's like, were they even real blanks in the gun? Like, and then he shoots it, but I think it was blanks.
Yeah, it was blanks.
Yeah, it was blanks. And then the dad drops all the money, and he's just like Joe just basically like shakes his head and walks away.
And then he says in voiceover, "I left those people behind me because they only think of shit. See you guys later."
Yeah, it was stupid.
It just ends. 2 thumbs up. I'm kidding. 1 thumb up.
I did enjoy it. Like, everyone said this movie was boring, but I did not think that at all. I honestly thought Nicolas Cage was going to be like even crazier than he was in this movie.
Well, before you talk that, what is he?
Ooh, good question, baby.
I'm getting that Super 8 feeling.
Is it madness? Or is he a genius? The signs are vital. I've got to know. And we're on our way, searching for the answer. Is he a madman? Or better than John Ham?
I'm getting that Super 8 feeling. So, well, that's good. Let's go with the keep that going.
The theme song just happened.
Is he a madman or better than John Ham?
Madman, this obviously
Yeah.
he can't be John Hamm
Yeah,
here.
definitely.
John Hamm would never speak through his teeth as an acting choice and hump a bed.
Yeah. I wonder. I honestly, I swear I read that it was based off of a book. Maybe it wasn't. If it is, though, like, I want to read it. No, because I think it was written by his brother, wasn't it?
Oh, it could be written for screen.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Wow, I should know this. But I wrote the intro of it like a long time ago. So I guess I could just Google it.
Like we revealed last time, Nicole's research can't be trusted. Nicole's research, it's never been. It's nah. Where are we ranking this?
Hold on.
Listeners, how are you liking the Patreon content? Let us know. What do you want to see more of? What do you want to see less of? Or what do you think we could do to tickle your fancy more?
We should watch the remake. I bet it'll suck.
Of this movie?
Yeah.
Is it a remake of the movie or is it just a different movie? Because why would they remake this?
Because it's bad.
I think Deadfall 2013 is just a completely different movie.
Yeah, it's a different movie.
All right, where are we ranking this?
Hold on.
Where are we ranking Bass in this?
Arsenal is a prequel. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Whoa, so he did die.
It says prequel / sequel, whatever
Oh.
the fuck that means.
That's okay. I guess it might just show some flashbacks, but then I don't know. It's also weird. Why would that's also Nick Cage playing himself younger than when he in 1993 when it's like 2015 or whatever.
I don't know. We'll have to watch and find out. I don't think it's based on a book. I think he just wrote it. I don't know why I thought that, but
Maybe the other Deadfall is based off a book.
who fucking knows?
Where are we ranking this?
I personally want to rank this right above Wild at Heart.
Okay. What's after that?
That's a good question. I think it's Vampire's Kiss.
I would put this above Vampire's Kiss.
Below Wild at Heart?
No, I meant like after. What's higher than Wild at Heart?
Moonstruck.
Okay, yeah. Then that's correct.
Yeah.
I thought it was Wild at Heart, then Vampire's Kiss above Wild at Heart.
Well, usually if you say after, it's the next
Yeah,
one.
after next up,
No.
I'd do anything.
Like if
Yeah, it's semantics,
Wild
bro.
at Heart is number
It's
5,
fine.
what comes after 5?
4.
6.
If we're going worst to best.
4.
Because you said above it. So then I was like, well, what's after that? So in this case, it would be correct. Wild at Heart. Then this movie. What's after that? Vampire's Kiss. I was saying, like, what's after this movie in ranking? But I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so Moonstruck number 7, Deadfall number 8, Wild at Heart 9, then Vampire's Kiss.
Jeez.
Yeah, because I feel like Deadfall and Wild at Heart are sort of similar in a lot of ways, but Wild at Heart really fucks up the ending.
Ooh, baby, that last
where
half.
this just really ramps it up and fucking goes for it.
And it was very good. Like, oh, we have a crazy person, Nick Cage. Oh, he's dies. Let's get another like crazy person,
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen. I think his acting was really good in this.
It's still I
Like
shouldn't
his
say
character
crazy.
is fucking
Weird.
Yeah, but like his acting is good.
1 + 1 = 1. All right, we did it, guys. Next week's movie, dude. You should start
fine.
putting that in.
Yeah, I know.
We do this every time.
Red Rock West, which I've heard of, but I have no idea what that is.
I hope it's not a Western.
Oh my God. Yeah, I would love to see. Yes, because I'm thinking it's probably a war movie, and I would take a Western over a war movie.
I guess over a war movie.
Oh no. He's an unemployed ex-Marine who's mistaken for a hired killer
Okay.
and is offered 10 grand to kill someone's wife.
Damn. Okay, this might be good. Is it a comedy or?
No.
Oh, okay then. Okay then. This is dumb.
Yeah.
That's a missed opportunity. That scenario should only be a comedy.
It's weird that with Amos and Andrew, he before that he was like, oh, I want to get into comedies, and he does one, and then is like, and then doesn't.
Well, he eventually does National Treasure.
Not a comedy.
Yeah, he's like hanging out and he's like gum for dum dum
What?
because he's in like a museum and it like comes to life.
No.
Oh.
That's Night at the Museum.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Night at the National Treasure Museum.
No.
And it was a museum that had like all the national treasures in it. So it's like really easy to like pilfer if you want to rob the place.
Okay. And that's a comedy to you?
Yeah, because it's like gum gum for dum dum. It's a big old head.
Uh-huh.
And then Robin Williams is there with a knife and he's like, I'm going to stab you.
The fuck?
Yeah, but you know, like ramped up on cocaine.
Sure.
Except he wasn't doing cocaine at the time.
Yeah. In that interview, Nicolas Cage is like, I had no idea. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I mean, obviously, like, you didn't know that Charlie Sheen had it on him, but, like, y'all were doing coke back then.
Yeah.
For sure.
Rap is like cocaine, they say.
Okay.
I've been James. Thank you for listening.
I'm Nicole.
And we'll talk to you later.
Because we're engaged with Nicolas Cage. You know he's not reading today's script.
Oh, fuck. Shit. Listen next month. We truly don't have time. Like, these are long movies, dense sometimes. We'll get to if we're engaged or not.
Yeah. Sorry.
Or if we're pregnant.
No.
Touched on it on Mostly's Weekend Sunday this week. Oh, who's carrying with child?
No.
That means like when we move, who will be carrying stuff with a child?
Yeah.
Because we're child labor, you know? You need it.
No.
Yeah. Kids need to make money and learn how the world works, Nicole, or else they're growing up just with fucking participation trophies being like, but a credit card, I thought you could just keep using it because that's what fucking chicken and cow taught you, cow and chicken. Mm-hmm. Then the red guy.
That's why you go around kicking children in the shins.
Yeah, to teach them a lesson.
Yeah.
Then you hold a gun up to them and say, you think these are blank? And then the kid's like, fucking sir, please stop. I'm like, I'm teaching you a valuable lesson.
But you're not pointing the gun at them, you're pointing it at your temple.
Yeah. It's like, the lesson is, do you trust me? And a lesson in chance. It's a risk, okay? And then I roll 3 dice and I get 3 6s. I'm like, I fucking took Alaska.
Risk?
Yeah, the
Got
game
it.
Risk. Man, we need to play that sometime.
No, we don't.
To be angry at each other.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad time.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to make out with you.
What the fuck?
So I can get Alaska.
Because it's risky.
I will do sexual favors for properties, guys. In any board game. Especially Monopoly Junior.
Yeah.
I don't like playing regular Monopoly because the dollars amounts are too big. So it's hard to do the math. If it's just
right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's good. Not to mention, you get a tiny little tricycle you get to walk around with opposed to a car. No, thank you, car. That costs money to maintain. A tricycle, once it breaks down, you just buy a new one. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Joie de vivre.
Joie de vivre. Hum.
Have you ever been dragged to the sidewalk and beat until you...
This old woman's gonna run out of air, and you're gonna have a tough time convincing people that it wasn't you.